Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much, you guys, for your kind words for me and my masculine per yesterday's video. I did show him your comments, and of course, he gave me all the credit, but he definitely deserves most of the credit. I just made them, he wrote them, he did the most important part. So, but thank you. I think it made him feel really good that people, liked his feelings and emotions. He was very, very nervous about doing the deck because he didn't want to say something wrong. He is a Virgo. So, that constant thought process of, oh my God, I'm saying the wrong thing. So I'm really, really happy with the results we've gotten so far. Thank you if you've already purchased. If you do want to purchase this beautiful, wonderful deck, written by my Divine Masculine, just send me an email. I do not have my website set up quite yet, but you can order $47. I will pay for shipping right now until my website is up. Today, we're doing a reading on the full moon in Gemini and Venus retrograde. Okay, this is no coincidence that this is happening right before 2022. 2022 is so many twins are going to be coming into union. With the full moon in Gemini, that is the lovers in the tarot deck, right? That is the twins. And then Venus retrograde starts tomorrow until January 29th of 2022. And that is all about karmic cycles breaking down. Okay. I did write a little bit on some paper, so I'm going to read it because I'm not an astrologer, but it is very, very imperative that this happen, okay? So, basically, with Venus retrograde, while the full moon in Gemini is happening, it's such a big full moon for the twins because Gemini is the twins, okay? So Venus retrograde has a lot to do with relationships and financial crisis. But it also brings good fortune in love and what is fated. So what does that mean? Basically, the relationships, karmic relationships for you, Divine Feminine, for the Divine Masculine, for the twins in general, they're being broken down. And then what is fated is that good fortune, right? So what's could be coming up. Basically, Venus retrograde is going to push you to love yourself because there's going to be a lot of abusive, manipulated tactics coming up within your relationships already. So when you're in a karmic relationship, you notice the abusive tactics, right? Being manipulative emotionally or mentally, being called names, not being given what you need. Sometimes it's very toxic. Sometimes it's very subtle and you don't even realize until you're kind of sucked in and it's too late. Those things are being amplified. So you and your masculine will notice those things within your relationships a lot more than if Venus wasn't retrograde, okay? Your wounds surrounding self-love are coming to the surface, basically due to your increased need for love and affection, but also because of those abusive tactics coming to the surface, you're noticing more, I need love and affection. I want that. I so desperately crave that, which is also going to make your masculine miss you that much more because most of them are stuck in situations that are not healthy for them. They're there because they don't choose themselves. Even you, Divine Feminine, you could be in a karmic relationship. I know some of you are. I was when I started my channel, not anymore. Thank God. But basically it's bringing all of these things forefront to make you realize I need to love myself. And since the full moon in Gemini is the twins, it is the lovers, it is communication. There's going to be so much communication between now and the end of January. So much, okay? So my question is, what is this full moon in Gemini and Venus retrograde bringing in for the Divine Masculines? And then I will do the Divine Feminines, okay? So what is the full moon in Gemini and Venus retrograde? What energy is that specifically bringing in for the Divine Masculines? Don't make fun of me. My pinky, it hurts already. It really hurts to shuffle. So look, you know that show? What's that movie? The guy, that's my strong hand. That's how I feel about my little creepy old man pinky. So I always just look like I'm drinking a bowl of tea. All right. Stop fucking around, Darcy. Okay. So what is the energy specifically bringing in for the Divine Masculines with the full moon in Gemini and Venus retrograde? Sorry, I won't do that again. Okay, remember when I said something about financial crisis? We have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. That is not great. The 8 of Pentacles upright is about working on something. It's also about money. It is a pentacle, right? So it is about money. The masculines could be losing some money, or they fear about losing money that they have made, especially if a relationship is not working anymore, right? We do have the 5 of Wands here. So a lot of arguing coming in within karmic situations. We do have the 4 of Swords, which is that healing. What do I need? They're thinking about, what do I actually need to bring a balance into my life with Temperance? So am I getting that love and affection like I should have? Am I fulfilled? Am I just constantly arguing with someone? Do I even want to continue to try to make this relationship work, right? This is obviously about a karmic situation. Your masculine, used to be in love with this karmic, okay? I'm not going to lie. They used to be in love, and it's just not working anymore. It's just not working. They're arguing, they're fighting, they're not seeing eye to eye anymore. Your masculines will be communicating with the karmics about them wanting to move forward. So we do have the 9 of Cups here. This is about their happy fulfillment, right? What makes them happy? What makes them emotionally content and fulfilled? And this is a single energy, okay? This is about getting your wishes, what you want. And the masculines are in this energy of fire and water, right? So emotional, but also wanting to take action towards something. I do see that communication here. That's no joke. A lot of communication is happening. So they're thinking of reaching out to you, but also they're starting to be able to actually speak out loud to the karmic, because a lot of the masculines, they hold it inside. They don't really say anything. They don't say much. They kind of just let it go. And it's like they get into this place of, what's the word I'm looking for? Compliancy, where they just want to keep the peace. So they don't say anything. They don't stand up for themselves. They just allow it to happen and move on with their day. They forget about it, right? They're like, whatever. But really, it's been harming their self-love for so long, their self-worth, their confidence, them really feeling like they are those divine warriors that they are, right? So a lot of healing is taking place from this. And then we have the Fool. This Fool is taking a chance. It's taking a risk. So they're telling the karmics, I don't think this is working anymore. I have tried some of them for years and years to make this work, and it's just not. It's just not working. No matter what they do, no matter how hard they try, it is not working, and they're finally saying that out loud because they're starting to love themselves. What else here? Exactly what I just said. So the masculines are going to be looking at the commitments that they have right now, okay? That's relationships, family situations, whatever the karmic energy is, they're looking at the commitments that they have made. They could be married, they could be engaged, a long-term committed relationship. They are looking at that and saying, why isn't this working? Is this even supposed to work? Because I'm not getting what I need. Is my karmic getting what they need. And then here they come in with the snake here. This is karmic energy being, you know, malicious and emotionally manipulative and making the masculines feel guilty for wanting to choose themselves. That's been happening for so long, okay? If you've ever been in a karmic relationship, you understand how hard it is to get out of them because you just basically don't love yourself enough to choose yourself and your own happiness. You're afraid. You let fear take over. But this is a very, very codependent relationship, okay? Very codependent. It could be at the point where they've been together for so long that it's just normal, right? You know how you get into a habit and then it's hard to break the habit. Even if you're not happy, it's just what you know. It's familiar, so it's really hard to change that. But what's coming up, right, is that codependency, that controlling nature that the karmics and the masculines have towards the karmics, because it's not just the karmics, guys. Karmic lessons are for the karmic and the person learning them, okay? But it's starting to come to the forefront, and the masculines are realizing this has been a major block in my life, not just in love relationships, but in financial relationships. You know, this person could be spending all of their money, you know, take their savings, or if they talk about separation and they need to split assets for some reason, they're really seeing who this person is. Because this person is like, I'm going to fucking take everything you have. And that is not who they started this relationship with, right? But the end is here. It's already here. We have separation. You know, there will be a separation between them. We have girl talk. That's about being single, spending time with friends, getting to know yourself again. So that's what the masculines are going to be going through, really healing, thinking about themselves for once instead of everybody else, because the masculines really, really don't want to hurt anybody. They don't want to be in the crossfire. They don't want to be bad people. They don't want to be seen as cheaters and liars. But now that need for all that love and affection that they're not getting is coming up. And it's coming up so much that they're like, we have such a short life here, such a short life. You could die today, okay? Why am I wasting my time being so unfulfilled when I have somebody that I love so much and who is absolutely perfect for me, right, Divine Feminine, that I'm just not being with because I don't want to hurt this other person, because I don't love myself enough to choose myself. But it's okay. We got Cupid's arrow. Love is coming. Have faith. Your masculine's having faith. There will be this surprise invitation or meeting, right? That communication. It is coming in. So the masculines have a lot to go through. They have a lot to work on within karmic situations, and self-worth. Self-worth for sure. A lot of them have, within these cards, you guys will see that my masculine wrote, oops, that was important. Within these cards that my masculine wrote, you can really feel the self-worth issues. You can see where the lack of self-love is. You can see the anxiety and the fear to move forward and to change and to hurt somebody else on behalf of making yourself happy, right? Because that means you're selfish and you're a bad person. That's not really what it means, but that's a lesson the masculines have to learn, right? They have to be able to hurt somebody else's feelings to have those boundaries. They can't just let people walk all over them because they think that they're mean if they don't, right? And Divine Feminines, if your masculine has some of these issues, so do you, okay? Because you guys are one, let's remember. Can't forget. All right. So, Spirit, what is changing for the Divine Feminines? What is coming in for them with the full moon in Gemini and Venus retrograde? What about the Divine Feminines? Justice is coming. Okay. All right, we've got the Six of Cups here. Beautiful energy. This is that love, that affection, that this is what I need. I know what I need. You also have a past lover coming in. Now, for most of you, that will be your divine masculine coming in to speak to you. Like I said, a lot of communication because the masculines are calling to you. They're yearning for you in their soul space. They can't even help it, right? They need to connect with you, especially right now while they're going through so many changes. Now, not all of them will reach out, okay? But most of them will, or you will run into them. We do have the strength card here. So Divine Feminine, make sure you are standing strong in your boundaries and your beliefs and taking care of yourself, most importantly. Make sure when all of these things start to crumble, right? You don't leave yourself blindfolded. You've been on this journey long enough to understand the lessons you've learned. Don't go backwards, okay? This might shake up some things with Venus retrograde. You might have old lovers coming back. Specifically for someone, it is a Libra who's coming back from the past. But it's like you're calling injustice for everything, for love and money. Now, we do have the Queen of Swords in reverse, okay? This is a very, very bitchy energy. This is a very like, I'm the shit. No one matters. I don't feel like that's your energy, Divine Feminine. I feel like that is a karmic energy. It's very manipulative. It is very cutting. I feel like this Queen of Pentacles is your energy, okay? Very standing in your power, working on your coins here, right? And then we have the Two of Cups. So it doesn't surprise me. I didn't even look at these cards on the bottom of the deck. We have the Ten of Wands as well. So a karmic partner, whether your karmic partner or your Divine Masculine's karmic partner, could come speak to you. They could show up at your house, at your job, wherever they know that you're going to be. And it's going to blindside you. You're not going to be ready for this. They could send you a message, ask you, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? Right? Because they're so hurt because their codependency is being ripped out from underneath them. This is going to be very heavy for you, Divine Feminine. Okay? Very, very heavy. You need to just remember that justice is here. Okay? You're very fair. You are a very mature person. You've done your spiritual growth. All right? Be strong in that. Be strong and standing in your power is what I'm going to say. Because someone might be popping up that you don't want to talk to. You could be having a lot of internal issues right now, Divine Feminine. This energy until the end of January could bring up a lot of things for you in terms of your Divine Masculine, such as why don't they choose me? Why am I not good enough? Why did my masculine make all these promises to me and then didn't follow through on them? It's pretty much the same thing. You're mirroring your masculine, right? It's just different questions, but it is all about your self-worth. So do some soul searching. Stop fighting with yourself. It's like someone specifically, I can hear it in my mind. It's going back and forth. Like one day you're like, okay, we're going to be together. It's fine. Everything is good, right? You trust the universe. You're in a good mood. It is fine. The next day, the argument is, well, if they really miss me, they would message me. And they haven't messaged me in so long. So clearly they don't love me. I'm just not good enough. They want to be with this other person. It's like you're going back and forth between your soul space, knowing and trusting the universe that this is a very divine connection, okay? If you have met your twin on the 3D plane, you are meant to be together. You are. That is my belief, okay? Someone else could tell you different. None of us actually know because, we're not in heaven right now for God or the universe to tell us. But my angels and guides have told me and source that if you meet your twin on the 3D plane in this lifetime, like you are destined to be together and work towards that, right? So it comes to this place of where you're going back and forth and fighting and arguing with yourself, that it's like, this is what you're doing to your guys' energetic connection, right? Because everything that you think, Divine Feminine, you have to remember, energetically goes to your masculine. So the way you talk to yourself, I want you to picture it like this. Would you ever tell your divine masculine, staring him in the face, or her, would you ever look them right in their beautiful eyes and say, you are so fat, you are so ugly, you suck at your job, you're the biggest piece of shit, you can't do anything right? Would you do that? Hell no, you wouldn't do that. And if you would, that's not your divine counterpart. Talk to yourself the way you would talk to them. Because when you talk to yourself, you have to remember you are also them. So energetically, they are getting all of that negativity. They're getting the brunt of that. So then they start to feel bad about themselves. Now you have to remember, you and your masculine are so energetically connected that when they're having negative self-talk like that, you could start to feel those thoughts coming into your mind, but feel it's about yourself. So you really, really have to try to stay in a positive mindset. Talk good about yourself. Hype yourself up, okay? Be your biggest hype man, guys. It's not only going to help you. You want to help your masculine. You want to help come into union. You have to love yourself. When you love yourself, you are literally loving them, okay? I just want to reiterate, do not be blindsided by a karmic coming to speak to you because they are not happy. All right, anything else for the divine feminines? Since I just went on a tangent. Some divine feminines, a karmic partner could be coming back. They want to have sex with you. Whether you have sex with them or not, you know, do you, boo. Be very careful, though, who you engage with in sexual activity, as their energy is entering you, and you don't want a bunch of negative, toxic energy, you know, just filling you up. But you are going to be out having a good time. That could also be with your divine masculine as well, okay? You got the same card as your masculine because you guys are always mirroring each other. The steps that you take is the same steps they take. It's just in a different way, slightly different way, right? But have fun with your friends. Go out. Live in the moment. Living in the moment is so important. We have the coffee cup here. So meeting and conversing and having that friendship. So some of you could literally, look, I got Cupid's arrow too, just like the masculines. That surprise invitation or meeting could happen at a coffee shop. It could happen while you're out eating lunch. You will see your masculine and you will pop into each other, and it's supposed to happen. Spirit's saying it's time. We have to get these things going, right? Because 2022 is right around the corner. So all of these things are happening, all of this ascension. You're also going to be ascending more. We never stop ascending. Sometimes we just get hit harder than other times, right? So during this, again, you're preparing for union when you are questioning, how am I loving myself? How am I taking care of myself? Maybe you're like, you know what? I'm open to dating right now. That is fine. Some of you might say like, oh, no, I'm just going to wait for my twin. And that's the problem because you're sitting around waiting. You know what waiting energy does? It causes more waiting energy, guys. So let's remember that. When you sit around and wait and you don't live your life, and if you feel ready for love, if you're like, you know what, I'm going to start dating, like if my masculine's happy wherever he is, that is wonderful and great. Let him be happy, okay? He's not happy, but that's not the point of this. That's not the point of this tangent. Let him, you know, go. Let him go. Let her go. Because that's the whole point of this journey, is trusting and loving yourself and growing from this experience, that no matter where they are with you anyways. So if you want to go out on a date, do it. Go out on a date. Be open to all love from the universe. You know why? Because that's going to manifest more love. That's going to manifest your destiny love. And who does that manifest? Your masculine. We have keys on a ring and photograph here. We have one night stand on here. So you could have a one night stand with a karmic partner, someone you just met. Just be very careful. Someone is going to get pregnant from this. So if you don't want to have a baby, if you don't want to have to, you know, explain having a baby to anybody in your life, especially yourself, based off of a one night stand, I would suggest use protection for sure. Do not take a chance. And then we have photograph here. So you will be having a lot of nostalgia, especially with Venus retrograde, because you miss your masculine. Your masculine's going to be yearning for you, and you're going to feel that, right? When you get in these energetic spaces of you're fine, and then, you know, the next day you're just really sad and you're like, what the fuck happened? I was totally good. And now I'm not. I'm really sad. I really want to talk to my masculine. I want to write a message. I want to call them. That is not all you, okay? Because your masculines are really going through a hard time right now. The more they notice the abuse that they are subjected to, the more they yearn for you, because they realize, wow, my divine feminine would not treat me that way. Like, would not. They love me unconditionally, and I'm staying in a situation where I'm not being truly loved. For what? Right? All right, we're just going to do some messages, guys. Again, if you want to purchase this, it's $47. I will pay for shipping right now. If you order before my website is done, just send me an email. I will let you know how to do that. If you want a reading, send me an email as well. They're very affordable. I come from nothing, so I do that on purpose. All right. Divine masculines, what do you want to say to your divine feminines? If you haven't watched my 3D love messages video, go do so. My divine masculine wrote these cards. You do have a chance to win. I am drawing December 22nd on 222. And I'm so excited to give them to somebody. All right, what do you want to say? I want to slow down and smell the roses with you. Time goes by so quickly. So this is saying, like, I have realized time has gone by so quickly, right? We just met and now it's been 5 years. What the hell? Okay. It's really having an impact on them, especially during Venus retrograde, that they are missing out on so much of your life and of love, because they're making wrong choices. They're not choosing themselves, right? You are a great inspiration to me. So divine feminine, know that your masculine thinks that you are such a great inspiration to them. They follow in your footsteps right now. I love your voice. I had to honor my prior commitments. And I thought right here, this other card, I feel like I have to make an impact where I'm at. I'm not sure why, but it's something I must do. So for the longest time, if you look at the wording, right, I feel like I have to stay here and make an impact. I don't know why. The reason why is because they have lessons that they still need to learn. They don't really see it as that, but that is the truth. They still have lessons about self-love that they need to learn, right? So they feel like, I am stuck here. I have to stay here for some reason. But if you look at this wording, I had to honor my prior commitment. So there is a mind shift, right? I have to stay to I had to honor those. Okay. So there's a difference. There's a past tense here. So your masculine is changing their mindset to be able to move forward and understand that, you know what, just because I made prior commitments, just because I said vows, just because I made a promise, people change, and I am not that same person that I was, and I am much stronger now, and I can finally choose myself. They don't feel so stuck, right? Well, they do right now, but they won't in a little bit. You are enough for me. I know sometimes it seems like you aren't due to my choices, but it hurts me deeply knowing I have made you think negatively about yourself. You will always be enough for me. Your masculine just wants you to know that no matter who they chose, when really, if there was somebody else, they didn't choose them. They just didn't choose themselves. They want you to know that it kills them for you to think negatively about yourself and it be their fault. Okay? They think you're perfect. Every time I told you I needed time, I realize now that I was just running. So these are 3D thoughts from your divine masculine, especially coming up during Venus retrograde and the full moon in Gemini. They understand I was just running from the unknown, from fear. I was scared. I didn't know that I could choose myself, right? So they kept telling you, I just need time. I just need time. Just give me more time. Give me a year. And then it's been 5 years, right? They realize now that they were running from the connection. And the reason that shifted, Divine Feminine, is because you stopped chasing. Don't forget to live in the moment. We've had 3 cards that talk about living in the moment. Very, very important. Right now, Spirit is really saying, live in the moment. You have to be in your soul's presence. When you live in the moment, you're actually living through your soul. So get rid of all the anxiety, the fears. Really come into the moment, because it's so super important to do that. Obviously, you can't stay in that space 24/7. 365, but you can do that several times a day and center yourself and ground yourself, because that's where you have the most growth, the most understanding, right? They're telling me to pull the bottom card. It's hard for me to express my feelings. Okay, so just know when your masculines don't express themselves, the reason is because it is very hard for them to express their feelings due to trauma, other wounds that they've had in other relationships, due to their parents, right? A lot of childhood trauma. And that's another thing that is coming up with Venus retrograde, is wounds are coming to the surface of all of those relationships. Everything that they have, since they were born is coming up, and it is a lot, you guys. So, all right. I love you. Again, go watch that video. All you have to do is subscribe, comment, and like, and you will be entered in to win a free deck that my masculine wrote. I love you guys. Join my Facebook group and follow me on Instagram. Bye.